all these places, not only the bad ones, but the bad ones, the big ones, that you're and where the petroglyphs are, and where the signs are, and where you go hunting, and then it comes to life, right? Where the longhouses are, between Sonai and Huntington, or Huntington Patrick Point, or whatever, right? To really create community. Going out into the lands and a big part of your case and taking the judge there would be really powerful.
This is your second term, and this is only about your fourth month, and it couldn't get much more exciting. Is this a day for the people of the nation, or is this a day for the government of Canada in this new relationship?
It's a day for the shíshálh people, and it's been long awaited. For many, many generations, the people have been trying to reinstitute and reconstruct the way we were in the beginning, the way life was, the lifestyle that was taken from us is reestablished. And we're doing that, and we have been doing that for about 30 years now with the self-government. Self-government gave us the tools to reinitiate what we lost, the lifestyle that we lost.
In the time in the future coming up, the beneficiaries will be children probably not yet born. What do you want for them?
We want to give them the life that our ancestors enjoyed, free to roam the land, free to hunt, free to gather, without interference of any other nation or any other peoples.
So just like, for example, in America, the civil rights movement in the 60s, this is you, on behalf of your nation, with your council, reaching out for equality for your people.
I think it's not just equality, but reestablishing the freedom, the way of life. And I think that's what our people missed most of all, was the freedom to enjoy the land and the resources that they once had.
In all of your years as being chief twice, and all the other things that you've done in your career, would this day go down as being one of the biggest for you, planning for what's to come?
Yeah, I never dreamt that I would be here declaring that today.
So it's a big day for you.
It sure is.
Garry, is this kind of the summation of years of work that you personally put in and with councils to get to where you see this nation as finally reaching its proper place in Canada?
I believe it's the work of all of our previous leaders, whether it's the chiefs, councils, elders, community, and we're now getting to a point where now we're going to take our rightful place within our territory and able to govern the way our previous leaders wanted to have it happen.
Are you actually setting the table for the next generation?
I think the table has been set for a while now. It's just a matter of reaffirming our declaration, and now we're going to take our rightful place, access to resources, whether it's revenue sharing, ventures, partnerships, but allowing our community to become self-sufficient, self-reliant once again.
How do you think, what kind of tools will you use to craft a new relationship with elected officials in Ottawa and in British Columbia? You're going to have to use some tools. You're going to have to reshape that relationship. What will you pick up to begin that process?
I think the tools are already there, and I think the court decision just reaffirms where we're going now as a people, and I really believe that the government has two choices. They can either come and deal with us at the table, or we can see them in the courtroom, and in the courtroom we know we're going to win. And either at the negotiating table we know we can reach an agreement that will be a benefit to everybody.
What do you think you began here today? What do you think the future of these discussions lead to in your point of view?
They lead to a whole new future for the Sessions Nation and for all the settlers who came to live within their beautiful territory. We are beginning a whole new world.
Do you think the importance of this work will go down in an historic way as the new relationship with governments is formed?
Absolutely it will. We are setting the stage for a whole new future for Sessions.
When they look back, what do you think the most important thing that happened today at this strategy session will be, in your opinion?
The realization that what Sessions has been doing for a number of years has actually been affirmed by the highest court in the country. That the Supreme Court of Canada has said that Aboriginal title is a right to the land itself, to govern the land, to regulate, control, and steward the land and the resources. Sessions been doing that for years, but they've been dismissed by government, they've been dismissed by industry, and now that's changing. And so to actually see that affirmed by the Supreme Court of Canada and to basically provide hope that yes, title can be implemented now because the courts recognize this vision of the Sessions as actually being the law of Canada is really exciting. And so Sessions again is paving the way, trailblazing, applying a really effective assertion strategy and implementation strategy for their title and rights.
There was a long strategy session, legal implications. What did it mean to you?
It's the beginning of the work that needs to be done so that we can ensure our future, that we can start taking the path that we've charted for the last 150 years.
So this is a natural continuation on self-government from the mid-80s.
Even before the 80s. This is a continuation that our ancestors have preached us to find our way to get here, and the 80s was a very integral part in getting us our self-government. This is just the natural ascension of that.
If you were to list the economy, the waters, the land, the electoral power over your own people, how would you prioritize the most important one?
I'd have to probably go with electoral power of my people. You know, you're going to find from your people what we need, and that's how we're going to dictate what we do with our lands, our waters, our resources.
So you're saying representation of the people is really the core function of you as a councillor and this as a government?
Absolutely. I get my power from my people. They're the ones that give me the orders, and I'm just a simple voice to carry out their wishes.
If this is the initial beginning of what will be a different structure, a different relationship with the governments, where does this go? Do you see full employment one day? Do you see managing your affairs and not necessarily going to outside contractors? Is that where you're going?
Absolutely. See managing our own affairs, full employment for those that are capable of working, and even finding everyone. It's going to be a return to the way that we used to be. Everyone had a job, everyone had a place in our community, and I think that's been lost and taken away from us for a long time. And I think that's what we're going to return to, is finding our rightful place in society and being the powerful people that we were, and just taking what back what was ours.
What did you take away?
Oh, that I have a ton of work to do.
But going forward,
It's
what do you
very-
see this as the process itself?
It's going to be a very exciting process.
How important was today for you?
It was very important. I was talking with the chief and told him that I was feeling very nostalgic and very honored to be here because I think about our people and our ancestors and the people that sat at these tables, and where we were there to where we are now is significant.